Attention, U.S. government. Is anyone awake? Because Washington, D.C. is about to host the Jihadi Conference of the Year. On September 19th through the 20th, CAIR will host its 31st annual banquet and policy conference, a terror-linked reunion dressed up as civil rights. And topping the bill, none other than radical Mahmoud Khalil, Columbia University's gift to Jihad chic. Khalil is now facing deportation thanks to the Trump administration, and according to Secretary Rubio, he's a Hamas fanboy, a national security threat. So naturally, America's favorite Hamas PR firm, CAIR, couldn't resist. Why waste a perfectly good jihadi in waiting? They rushed to crown him their keynote speaker at their Leadership and Policy Conference. Because if there's one thing that CAIR does best, it's proving their critics right. A Hamas apologist headlining a Hamas-linked convention? That's not irony, that's brand consistency. A match made in Jannah. As one of the leaders of Columbia University's Apartheid Divest, or Quad, Mahmoud Khalil isn't just another campus activist. He's part of a radical outfit that distributes Hamas propaganda, harasses Jewish students, and illegally seizes college property. Remember the spring 2024 encampment? A janitor was taken hostage, property was trashed, and Quad proudly called it resistance. Or the hostile takeover of Bernard College's library this past spring, complete with Hamas propaganda plastered across the campus. And here's Khalil himself, openly cheering on armed resistance, better known to normal people as terrorism. But Khalil isn't the only extremist headlining CAIR's conference. It's a full house of Hamas fanboys, America haters, and professional jihad enablers. Take Azhar Aziz, president of the Islamic Society of North America, or ISNA. He was named an unindicted co-conspirator in the infamous Holy Land Foundation trial, the largest terrorism financing case in U.S. history, where ISNA's ties to Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood were laid bare. Aziz didn't stop there. He took his terror tour international, cozying up with Jumat-e-Islami in India, a group with bloody ties to Pakistan and Bangladesh that supported terrorism against U.S. troops in the Middle East. In Bangladesh, some of its leaders were even executed for war crimes. Naturally, ISNA proudly shared photos of Aziz's jihad junket on X and Facebook. Then there's Osama Abu Arshad, head of American Muslims for Palestine, or AMP. His resume reads like a Hamas org chart. He worked with the United Association for Studies and Research, a Hamas front cited in the Holy Land Foundation trial. He sat on the board of the American Muslim Society, another alias for the Islamic Association of Palestine, the very group a U.S. court found liable for the 1996 Hamas murder of American teenager David Boehm. And it doesn't end there. AMP's senior leadership is stacked with alumni from Hamas-linked groups shuttered for terror financing. Their hero list even includes convicted terrorist Rasmea Oda of the PFLP, who planted bombs in Israel, including one at the British consulate in Jerusalem. After lying her way into the U.S., Oda was finally deported in 2017. AMP? They still hail her as a freedom fighter. And then there's radical Linda Sarsour, the left's darling Islamic feminist. This is the same woman who publicly ranted that Ayaan Hirsi Ali, a freedom advocate who survived female mutilation as a child, should have her vagina removed because she's, quote, an embarrassment to women. Yes, you read that right. The left calls that feminism, parading around a woman who openly fantasizes about mutilating her critics. CAIR couldn't dream up a better poster child for their brand of women's rights. And of course, not to be outdone, we have the grand wizard of CAIR himself, Nihad Awad. Yes, the same man who just recently said that he was happy about October 7th.
And yes, I was happy to see people breaking the siege.
But should anyone really be shocked? For those who forgot, years ago, Awad was caught on film literally admitting, quote, I'm in support of the Hamas movement. So no surprise he'd feel happy after Hamas stormed into Israel, butchering, burning, torturing, and kidnapping Jews in the deadliest pogrom since the Holocaust. With Awad, it's not just sympathy for terrorists, it's solidarity. Allahu Akbar. So the question is simple. When is America going to stop talking and start demanding our leaders ban CAIR? How many more terror ties, Hamas fanboys, and radical apologists do we need paraded across the stage before CAIR is finally banned? They are not a civil rights group. They are a national security threat hiding in plain sight. The time to act isn't tomorrow. It isn't next year. The time is now.